सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I welcome you all with my love and respects. I welcome all the devotees from around the world who are sitting with us now, live in two-way and one-way. The two-way I can see. So again I wanted to remind all of you, sit either in Vajrasana or Padmasana or Sukhasana. Keep your hands in Samana Mudra and sit in a very relaxed way. Please understand, if you keep your hands in Samana Mudra, the fake levitation will not happen. In Samana Mudra, only the authentic Kundalini awakening can shake your body. The fake levitation means sometimes people get excited and body starts moving. That will not happen. I wanted you guys to experience authentic Kundalini awakening. That is why the Padmasana and Samana Mudra. If you sit in any of these three asana, Padmasana or Sukhasana or Vajrasana and Samana Mudra, that is the most difficult posture to move your body. You can see, if you sit especially in Padmasana and Samana Mudra, you can never have fake levitation. You don't need to worry, am I having fake levitation or originally I am having Kundalini awakening. If you sit in Padmasana and Samana Mudra, any movement in your body can happen only if the Kundalini is awakened. Because that's the most difficult posture for body movement. This is Madhuri from Jaipur, Rajasthan. Swamiji, I am learning physical exercise, yoga and martial arts from last 2 years. We learned some techniques in martial arts that if like somebody hold your both hands, then how we can take out our hands easily from the other person's grip. In this technique, the person who wants to take out his hands out of the other person's hand grip will put a force in outward direction to the point where the hand is weak, towards the thumb side. Before, when I used to practice the technique and hold the other person's hand very tightly, since they know the technique, they used to take out their hands very easily. Now I am doing Nitya Dhyana and listening to live satsang regularly by your grace. Just 2 days before, on 13th January, I practiced the same technique, but nobody was able to unlock my grip. Not even batchmates of my age. In fact, the senior most in my batch was struggling to take out his hand from my grip. Is this Kundalini Shakti? And if yes, is my Kundalini Shakti has awakened? Madhuri, it is the side effect of Kundalini Shakti, no doubt. And your Kundalini is awakened, no doubt. Two things. In the martial arts, when somebody touches you, if your Kundalini energy is more than their Kundalini energy, even if you don't attack them, they will just fall. They will be completely shaken. The martial arts is more Kundalini energy based. The other day I was seeing a video, a Chinese master, he did not touch even one person, but he was fighting with 20 people. All 20 were rolling on the ground. He did not touch even one person. So what you see here, I make you guys roll in the ground with my love energy, the compassion energy, by awakening the Kundalini. The same thing that master was doing with pure energy. It was neither anger nor compassion, just pure energy. Actually, pure energy itself will have a trace of compassion. So I could see very clearly. I'll get the video and give you the reference tomorrow. Tomorrow in satsang, I'll give you the reference, and it's in the YouTube. You can all watch. I saw from the YouTube only. So if your Kundalini is fully awakened, you don't even need to touch anybody. The moment you look at them, they will roll on the ground. So your Kundalini is awakened. That is the reason nobody is able to unlock themselves or defeat you. Madhuri, you are in the right direction. Please enjoy. I am really surprised. From all over the world, I don't even know the cities and the country's name. People are watching this live satsang. Thanks to the technology. Thanks to the technology. Now we are having only 10 connections two-way. In a month we will have 108 connections two-way. We are establishing. Even if some centers are able to gather 20 people, we will give them two-way connection. Because from March 2nd, 21 days, we wanted to create N effect all over the world and reduce the natural calamities and man-made calamities. Natural calamity means all the earthquake, tsunami and all those things. Man-made calamities like crimes and wars. So in the 21 days we will prove visibly to the world N effect, the only solution for man-made calamities and natural calamities. Create N effect, the only hope for future. We will prove this in the 21 days. So that I request all the devotees to gather as many people as possible and meditate, practice unclenching. Those 21 days, the live satsang. And I am also going to do one more thing. Many devotees from around the world are struggling to keep up this time, live satsang. Next question is about that. I'll read this next question, answer, then. Dear Swamiji, I have two questions, please. Since the live Pada Puja and satsang is from 2 to 4 a.m. UK time, I am sleeping very irregular hours now. I find that I often have to sleep for a couple of hours during the daytime, as my body is feeling sleepy. So I have not been able to maintain working for 12 hours a day, as you said. Is it okay for the body to have irregular sleeping patterns? What's the best thing to do, as I want to keep watching you live? This question is from Satrubini, London. 2 hours sleeping during the daytime is okay. The 12 hours working does not mean continuous 12 hours. In a day, if you do 12 hours, that's enough. And actually, satsang time becomes working hours because you are not keeping quiet. I am working on you. So you can add satsang time also as a working hours. That's first thing. Second thing, due to the timings, we have not yet as yet succeeded. We have not as yet succeeded in gathering a large group of people. So we can have a two-way session with you at morning satsang. Devotees who work and those with children have indicated it is difficult for them to attend. Also, the public transport system is not dependable at the time of morning. So we are all individually watching you at our own homes. We have thought about it a lot, but have not found any solutions to these logistical issues. how can we also benefit and be part of the N effect and have a live interactive session with you? Satrupini, London. Satrupini from London. I am starting out. Not only your problem of many devotees from all over the Europe and Southeast Asia. From March 2nd, we will have 2 satsangs, morning and evening. So, I am planning the second satsang timing, consulting with all the satsang centers around the world. So almost all the countries will be able to attend any one of these satsang. That is the way I am working out the timings. So morning I will have one sitting, evening also I will have one sitting. If you can participate in any one, great. So the 21 days, the N effect will be, we will be having 2 satsangs live. You can sit at any one time. And we are also expanding. Suddenly the satsang centers number is exploding. So if we have 108 connections, morning 108 cities can sit with me and evening 108 cities. But no city can sit twice because we are running short of connections. So we will open the doors. All the European, Southeast Asian countries whose timings are matching with evening satsang can sit evening. And all the countries like East Coast and West Coast of USA and countries like Guadeloupe, Toronto, the North Americas, Mexico, those countries can sit in the morning satsang. Even the morning satsang time, I am taking suggestions from all the satsang centers. We will be moving the time as per the devotees' convenience around the world. So we will have 2 satsangs every day from March 2nd. Except the days I am giving the programs like NSP or Inner Awakening, I will give 2 satsangs every day. Not only that, I will start speaking on Brahma Sutras. Mornings I will do on Yoga Sutras, evenings I will do on Brahma Sutras. Of course, both will be uploaded in YouTube immediately. The live, when you sit live with me, it will not only be an intellectual learning, it will be an N effect. You will have the experience also. If you just want the intellectual knowledge, in 24 hours it will be in the YouTube. You can watch. We are exploding, really. I can see. And I am really seeing in every satsang center, the people who experience the N effect, how powerful and creative they are becoming. Powerful, creative, alive, and how the inner awakening is happening in everybody. Cosmos is with us. Nobody can disturb us. Divine is supporting us. So, nobody can disturb us. Good. Next question. This is Prasanna from San Jose. Is he there? San Jose? Prasanna? In many big festivals and religious gatherings, I have witnessed a handful of people start swaying and having involuntary motions. Never levitation, of course. My understanding was that for those few moments they were possessed by God and were channels of the divine. Is my understanding correct? Prasanna, I don't want to say it is correct or wrong. It depends on individual. If the person who is swaying, having involuntary motions, if he is in bliss during the experience, and after the experience if he becomes intelligent, Sat Chit Ananda. Sat means more integrated and more clear, more knowledgeable about life, death and the great secrets of life. Okay? Having more understanding about sacred secrets. That's the first scale. Second, he should become more aware about his life and others' life. Third, he should become more blissful. If these three things, Sat, Chit, Ananda, is increasing in that person, then he is possessed by God for those few moments. If that three is not increasing, during the experience he is not blissful, and Sat Chit Ananda is not increasing after the experience, then it is not, he is not possessed by divine, he is just having some nervous breakdown. His nadi is having some chaotic experience. What is the difference between what we are experiencing during N effect and their experience? Please understand, Prasanna, this is the difference. If Sat Chit Ananda increases during the effect and after the effect, you are having N effect, Kundalini awakening. If that three is not there during the effect and after the effect, then it is nervous breakdown. So you can have, this is the right scale, not to have the fake experience, fake levitation, nervous breakdown. Sit in Samana Mudra and Batmasana. You can never have fake experience. Those people who are swaying in these religious ceremonies and large gatherings, tell them to sit in Batmasana and Samana Mudra, everything will stop. Real Kundalini awakening only can move your body if you sit in Batmasana and Samana Mudra. If you are sitting in any other postures and body is swaying, moving, there can be doubt. But if you are sitting in Batmasana and Samana Mudra, any movement can be only out of Kundalini. So this is the scale to find out whether it is a nervous breakdown or N effect. Dear Swamiji, thank you so much for the strange experiences I had during yesterday morning satsang. This is from Nitya Priyatma Niraja from Atlanta Satsang Center. Thank you so much for the strange experiences I had during yesterday's morning satsang. I could not understand what it is, neither read any scripture to refer, nor had any spiritual guidance from others. But I believe whatever happening to me is for my own good. Yesterday, as usual, I started levitating during Pratyaksha Pada Puja. Levitation has become almost like as usual. See? Once upon a time, people used to meditate for 12 years to experience this levitation or animadi siddhis. Nowadays, people don't even think it is a kind of a siddhi. They think it is like you go to Nityananda and sit with his live satsang. God, what have I done? See how casually people write. As usual, I was levitating. I used to feel like this casual when I was with Raghupati Yogi, just day before yesterday. I met one of our devotee who was the devotee of Raghupati Yogi also, great disciple of Raghupati Yogi. He is owner of a big hotel. Even now he runs the hotel, Udupi Hotel in Tiruvannamalai. He is from very spiritual family, Ubadhyaya family, very highly spiritual person. He was a disciple of Raghupati Yogi, and he came to have my darshan. And I was sitting and talking with him all the old days, good old days. Raghupati Yogi is a very joyful, jovial person. This in his hotel, once Raghupati Yogi was sitting, I was also with him. We were actually, he was sharing the incident with me. So he was also sitting, we all three were chatting, we were having coffee. I was a small boy, so the dining table height was too much for me. So I was standing and drinking the coffee, and they both were sitting on the chair and drinking the coffee. And somebody came and asked Raghupati Yogi, like a very disturbing way, I heard you can make people levitate, means fly. Can you do that to me? Then Raghupati Yogi jovially told him, pay for this coffee bill, then I will do. Those days, cup of coffee is something like a 60 paise. 60 paise means less than 1 rupee. So, 3 coffee. The hotel owner was also having coffee, but usually he will never charge. He is a devotee, so he will never ask money. So he was actually giving coffee for Raghupati Yogi and for me, and for himself. So this guy who came, he said, all right, I will pay for 3 coffee. For all 3 coffee he paid. And Raghupati Yogi actually made him sit on the dining table and told him to hold the nostril and did something for 3-4 minutes and pulled the dining table, and he was levitating. He was there on the air. He was there on the air. Just 3-4 minutes. So I used to think, oh, levitation is ordinary. Just like how I used to think in those days with Raghupati Yogi, this Neeraja is telling, as usual I was levitating. Yesterday, as usual, I started levitating during Pratyaksha Pada Puja. After that, when you were initiating us into Kula Kundalini awakening, I had this strange experience. My eyes were squeezed inside my Ajna Chakra, and it is trying to go upwards. Neeraja, it is perfect, right experience. Your Ajna is getting awakened. Usually, when your Ajna is awakened, it will suck both the eyes. It will suck both the eyes inside. The third eye will be awakened only if the 2 eyes are sacrificed into the third eye. The life energy will be offered into the third eye, only then the third eye will be awakened. Actually, after the third eye is awakened, all 3 eyes will be seen. Eyes will have the power. But for the awakening, these 2 eyes will be sucked into the third eye. My head started moving up slowly on its own, till reached a point where I could not sit. I fell backwards. After some time, I got up and started staring at you in the monitor. I saw you were breathing the same way I was breathing. Neeraja, you had my Pratyaksha Darshan. That's what is exactly. No doubt. If you are watching now, you will see Vibhuti will come out of your monitor. Okay. Just to show you that you are having Pratyaksha Darshan. You are seeing me directly. My body was moving up and down while breathing. I saw the same up and down movements in your body also. Great. I asked my husband, is Swamiji moving up and down? He said no. After that I went and slept. In the morning, I was looking at our window blinds. I saw they are also breathing as I am breathing. Neeraja, you are having the glimpse of what I had at the age of 12. feeling everything alive. You are exactly having the glimpse of what I had during at the age of 12. Few days ago, I saw the eyes in the Gurumurti in the house, in our house. They are moving. Is it a spiritual experience or just my hallucination? Niraja, you can never have so many hallucinations, don't worry. So, I'll prove now you are not having hallucination. You are having the real spiritual experience with two things. Sit with Batmasana and Samana Mudra, you will levitate with that. Second, you will have Vibhuti from the monitor when you are watching me. If you are watching now, you will have now. If you are not watching me live now, when you watch me again live, at that time, you will have it. So, this will prove you are not having hallucination. You are having a real spiritual experience. I used to have these doubts sometime when I was with Kuppammal. When I had my first experience itself, when I had my enlightenment at the age of 12, I had the doubt, am I possessed by ghost or God and all that. When I went to Kuppammal, she did a very beautiful thing. She took me to the Arunachaleshwara temple and she took me near the Garbha Mandir and asked, now remember that experience. I remembered. She asked, is it getting intensified or getting diminished? I said, it is getting intensified. I can see now. The Shivalinga is alive and all these deities are alive. This whole temple is alive. She said, this is the proof you are possessed by God. Because the Arunachaleshwara temple is the most sacred and oldest energy center. If you are possessed by God, the demon, that experience cannot become solid here. It cannot get solidified. It can only diminish. It will only become dull. If you are possessed by divine experience, the real Kundalini awakening, only then it can become intense. So that is the reason I always request all satsang centers to have some deity, God, the traditional Hindu deity. See, have deities like a Shiva or Vishnu or Ganesha, the traditional Hindu deities. No black magic can work in those spaces. That's the reason I insist all satsang centers to have the traditional deities. See, an authentic master will never create his own black magic deities. There are people going around creating their own black magic deities. You can't understand, you can't connect them with the tradition. Even when they put the linga, it will not look like a traditional linga. Means what? They put their own energy, means the black magic energy, and their own form. So understand, that is the reason I am telling you, do not go to the places where the authentic traditional deities are not worshipped. Go for the Vedic traditional deities, Shiva, Krishna, Buddha, Rama, Ganesha. No black magic can work with these deities. Because from the time immemorial, they represent pure cosmic consciousness. So in the cosmos itself, very clearly, only the pure cosmic consciousness can be associated with the deities. So, no black magic can work in the presence of those deities. That's the reason I insist, have a Shivalinga in your center. Have Ganesha or Venkateshwara, Rama, Krishna, those deities. No black magic can work and no fake experiences can happen. I think you all understand what I mean. How these fools cheat people having creating their own kind of gods which no scriptures talk about, no tradition accepts. Because they can't infuse their black magic energy into the traditional deities. So they create their own new names and new deities. So be aware of the people who create their own names, their own. Have authentic, time-tested, foolproof, traditional deities. In Atlanta, only women are experiencing Kundalini awakening. They are rolling, rocking and levitating. Men are very depressed because nothing is happening to them. Niraja, don't worry, I am not biased. I will give experience to men also. They are thinking that they are not worthy of it, feeling low about themselves. They are thinking their wives are moving far away from them. Please do something for them, Swamiji. Ma Nitya Priyatma. Priyatma, I bless you. From today, men also will experience Kundalini awakening in Atlanta. Okay. Actually, it is like this. When men experience, the stability of the experience in men will be long. Women will experience very quickly, but the stability will be very less. So it's like each body has one advantage and one disadvantage. So don't worry about it. Testimonials and comments, oh God. Too many letters. All right. I'll just finish this too. This is from Mukta Pushpa, San Jose. I am sure many of us went through an amazing experience during last night's session with Swamiji. I could clearly feel a very blissful silence created within each of us after the session. Since I am still swaying with a very sweet bliss today, there is something very sweet to share with you all. When Swamiji started teleporting Vibhuti, I could clearly smell Vibhuti. And also my palms had its fragrance later on when we got home. Even Harish could smell it. Even after washing my hands. And another very sweet incident. I switched my cell phone off during n-effect process. All of a sudden my phone with switched off sound started playing Vishnu Sahasranamam. Oh God. There is an incident, Jnaneshwar, in Jnaneshwar's life, Namdev. So, the Jnaneshwar, Namdev and all used to walk naked. Some of the Brahmins caught them and started asking, if you guys are Avadutas, Paramahamsas, as you claim, can you make this buffalo chant Vedas? Namdev just sprinkled a little water on the buffalo. Buffalo simply chanted the whole Vedic mantras beautifully. Rigveda mantras. They were shocked. Now we can say, switched off cell phone will chant Sahasranama. Come on. I can say, buffalo chanting Vedic mantra is much easy than the cell phone having Vishnu Sahasranama. First I thought the sound was coming from somewhere in the temple and I did not pay attention to it. Only after some time I am seeing my phone in my pocket and packet playing loud with silence mode on Vishnu Sahasranama. Not to mention that my cell phone is time password protected and it locks automatically after 1 minute of inactivity. Have an amazing, oh, this is an experience. It is locked, silence mode, switched off, and it is chanting Vishnu Sahasranama. Great. It's from Mukta Pushpa's phone. Dear and respected Swamiji, my namaskarams to you. Please accept my respects to you. I have been searching for my master internally for past 20 years. This is Krishna from Toronto. Cosmic force has answered my call silently because even without anybody recommending, first moment I saw you in the YouTube and heard your voice, my inner space is filled with you. My nature is more internal, always searching for things inside the inner space. I must first experience the Brahman and attain yogic body and Vedic mind before I can get into satsang with others. Please accept my respects and bless me. என்னுடைய உள்ளுணர்வு என்னுடைய உள்ளுணர்வு உணர்த்துவது நான் உங்களுடன் ஏதோ ஒரு விரவியில் உங்களுடன் இருந்திருக்கிறேன். He says, I have a strong emotion that I had been with you in some distant past life. Please bless me and accept me as your virtual disciple for now. Very soon, if you wish, I have your darshan in your presence. Krishna, I accept you as my real disciple itself. Why just virtual disciple? I accept you as my disciple. You will have my darshan in my physical presence. Accept this following sukta as if I am chanting in your presence with Purna Kumbha. He is giving Purna Kumbha to me. I accept. Krishna, you will experience. Yes. Here is one more question. Dear Swamiji, what is the difference between contentment and suppression? In one discourse you said, do not suppress. In another you said, be contented. They seem to be contradictory. How do we apply the two techniques? Achala, for you, contentment. It is to the individuals. So, for you, practice contentment. That's it. I bless you all to achieve, experience, live, express, radiate and share the eternal bliss. Nityananda. Thank you.